Home sweet home.
Wow.
No, I don't want you exploring too much because the doctor said that you have to rest. You're supposed to be off your feet.
I live here.
Yes, you live here. And it even has a name. It's called Fairwinds. Ring a bell at all?
Sounds like a country club. Am I a golfer?
Not so much.
I own this. I'm totally loaded.
You are rather well off.
Great. Mom, maybe you could tell me something about my father.
Have a seat. Your father. Your father's name is James Stenbeck.
Stenbeck.
And he died last year.
I don't have his last name. Am I a bastard?
No, that would be your father. Though not in a technical sense.
Not a nice guy.
Not a nice man. In fact, I would say he was a monster. And you should be glad that he's dead.
Look, none of this would have happened if Dusty hadn't set that bomb.
Meg, you could have gotten yourself killed.
And Eliza could have lost both her parents.
You know what? Paul, Dusty, Damien, all of them are bad news as far as I'm concerned.
Paul was the one that saved our lives.
Yeah, this time. But what about all the other times when he put you and the baby in danger? You don't owe Paul Ryan a thing. You need to stop being his victim.
Isn't the victim the person that ends up in the hospital?
Look, I'm glad he's okay, but that doesn't change the
look,
facts.
Holden, stop. You don't know the whole story. Paul needed surgery, and they found a microchip in his brain.
Did I really just hear what I think I heard?
I know. It sounds very science fiction, but this little piece of metal, this thing could have been controlling his behavior for years.
As far as excuses go, that's very creative, Meg.
Look, I've always wondered how Paul changed from being the person that I loved to someone who was obsessive and paranoid and dangerous. Maybe this was the reason why his brain wasn't working the way it should.
Come on, don't tell me you really believe that.
I believe that if we get help for Paul the way that he needs it, then he could be the man that he was supposed to be.
You
We
have
just
too
need to
many
find the right
things on your
doctor.
plate. You don't need to be responsible for his recovery.
I won't be doing it myself.
Who's going to help you?
Damien. Look, I was surprised when he made the suggestion, but I really think he's being sincere.
All he wants is to get on your good side, and if you fall for it, you're crazy. This crusade to find a miracle cure for Paul, does that sound just a little bit fishy, Meg?
Well, if it helps Paul, then it will help Eliza, and if Eliza is happy, then it helps me.
Damien's just trying to change people's minds about him. He started with Luke and Lily, and now he's trying to get to you.
If Damien is genuinely trying to be a better person, what's the problem?
You just need to know how he operates. You need to keep your eyes open.
I am. Look, Paul has done a lot of bad things, and so has Dusty. And Damien has made mistakes. And as far as I can see, there's enough blame to go around.
That's why you need to stay away from all three of them.
Look, right now, I am just trying to get whatever help I can get. And I am grateful to Damien for what he's doing.
All right. I understand what you're feeling, but what if the three of them go at it again, and you're smack in the middle?
Okay, look. I know you're trying to protect me, but I promise you, if I run into any kind of problem, the first thing I'm going to do is run straight to my big brother.
Well, look who it is.
Yeah, I hope I'm not interrupting.
No, not at all. I didn't even realize that you knew that Paul was out of the hospital.
How are you doing? How's the progress with your memory?
Great. I don't remember anything.
You know, we were just sitting and looking at some family pictures, and nothing was sparking. So I think he needs one-on-one contact with people who were important to him. Okay? See if you can get something going. I'm going to leave you two alone.
You know, I know you're still recovering. Maybe you should be resting.
I'd rather stay here and look at you. Feels pretty good to do that. I don't understand.
What?
How I could forget someone so beautiful. You're memorable. We have a kid together, huh?
Yeah,
How old?
7 months.
And already she doesn't live here.
No.
She used to.
Yeah,
Did you and I live here together before the baby was born?
for a while.
And how was that?
Well, that's a hard question.
You don't want to tell me.
It was wonderful for a while in the beginning. We were very much in love, but it wasn't easy, and we tried really hard, but things always went wrong.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure exactly what I'm sorry for, but I'm sorry.
I guess you and I weren't meant to be.
That's too bad. So, why exactly did we break up?
Do you really want to know?
Sure.
I couldn't trust you, Paul. You were a compulsive liar. You were jealous. You had these terrible mood swings, and when you didn't get your way, you were violent.
Did I hurt you?
No, you didn't hurt me physically, but you were out of control in other ways. You were so desperate you kidnapped our daughter.
I did that to you? I did that to that little innocent girl? I did that?
You did a lot of things I didn't understand.
I'm a terrible person. Why are you here? Meg, why do you want to have anything to do with me?